Brooke with a nice backhand put away there. Love that from Brooke Buckner. She's been bouncing around with a lot of different partners. You never see Brooke with a consistent mixed or women's partner, but maybe she can keep playing with Leia a little bit because that is a great one to be with. I know Brooke would love to team up with Leia more often. They are going to, Mary and Maggie are going to keep playing the ball at Brooke, so I think Brooke will be the difference maker, the X factor in this match. Leia trying to create offense, but we've seen a lot of forehand speed-ups just barely going under the net and not making it over, so that one didn't work. Mary go with the backhand speed up off the bounce. Probably not the best call there. We always love it, of course. We just saw the Brascia's career record together. It's always very cool to see these sisters on the court. We have a couple sisters on the PPA Tour, the Walker sisters, the Kawamotos, of course, and it's very cool to see the Brascias teaming up here in California. They always have a lot of supporters, fans, family. Their dad is courtside and their mom watching this one.
Side out. One.
So I think that's going to be the pattern that we'll continue to see, is a lot of backhand dinking between Brooke Buckner and Mary Brascia. We're going to see a lot of rallies play out like that. Great touch from Maggie Brascia. We know she has pretty good power, pretty good attacks, but she's also really showing us that she has great touch. And Brooke and Leia are being more opportunistic with these attacks early. They're definitely looking to pull the trigger and be a bit more aggressive than the Brascia sisters are right now. Normally we see Maggie Brascia creating most of the offense. She's not seeing a lot of balls right now, so it's going to be a lot on Mary if they want to create offense, just because Maggie's not hitting the ball really. And you can see as soon as you try and go a little bit bigger on those counterattacks, that's when the inconsistency shows. So Brooke didn't really try and hit that hard, but it still flies off her paddle long. It was way out. So that's the risk when you try and do anything other than be conservative with these paddles. So quick referee timeout. Expect this match to be close throughout. We have four players really that are very close in skill level, so it may come down to either team chemistry or just who plays better today. If it is a team chemistry thing, you have to think the Brascias as sisters might have the advantage, whereas Leia and Brooke, it's their first tournament ever, so sometimes it takes a second for teams to gel. Brooke getting an elevated ball to attack at Maggie Brascia. Brooke definitely needs to lob the ball more throughout this match. I think she should, almost every other round, I really think that Brooke's lobs could be an X factor in this match. That one worked perfectly. I think a lot of players think if I hit 2 lobs in a match, that's lobbing it a lot. But I think this week you could lob it dozens of times and be okay. Big confidence booster for Mary Brascia there. If she can win rallies like that, she's going to be feeling good. And she's smiling now. That bodes well for this Brascia duo. And definitely we typically see Maggie Brascia looking for those attacks. She's very sneaky sometimes with it, has good attacks, but not able to get enough on that one. So it's 2-3-2 now. So if Leah Jansen is on the left and Mary Brascia is on the left and Leah gets Mary with the backhand dinks, that's definitely going to play in Leah and Brooke's favor. So look for them to continue to backhand dink Mary Brascia.
Point. 4-2-1. Second serve. 4-2-2.
Nice speed up from Brooke Buckner. That was a very difficult shot, but she made it look easy. Great playing from Brooke Buckner. Has never won a women's doubles medal, so I think a lot of pickleball fans think Brooke Buckner can continue to rise in our sport. She may have another level she can get to, and making the podium here would be a great step. Mary looking very comfortable right now, starting to play free. Some nice rallies from her.
2-5-1.
And Maggie attacking that ball in transition zone did not work in their favor, so it's 2-5-2 now.
2-5-2. Point.
Nice playing from Maggie there with the forehand attack. And when you go backhand to the forehand, you're moving the ball around, and that's what forced the error there. So it was Leia going backhand and then forehand to Mary, and Mary misses it into the net. Brooke trying to do a little bit too much with those dinks. She half volleyed one. She had a very heavy slice on the next one, and that's what made her miss it into the net. So trying to do a little bit too much with those dinks. Sometimes I think these players, they start to go back to their tendencies that they normally do on tour with their regular paddles, and they hit some of the same shots that they normally hit, right? But it just doesn't work as well this week. We're seeing a lot of attacks go into the net. Ball goes back to Brooke Buckner at 5-4. Definitely the spot you want to target if you're Leia and Brooke. It works out quite favorably there. It's 6-4 now. If they can pin Mary Brascia, pull her off the line like that into the corner, it's going to be very successful. And even though Mary and Maggie are playing from the back line there, trying to work their way forward, you just don't see as much pressure on these shots like a normal tournament. So they're not being pressured even though they're working their way forward. And we might see Leia start to play more conservative as she misses that attack into the net. Maybe she'll start to just dink it a little bit more. Placing the ball nicely against Mary Brascia's backhand. They continue to target that zone. Leia with 3 women's doubles career gold medals. Definitely one of the top players in PPA Tour history. Leia has so many medals on tour, is great in all 3 events. Tremendous player, Leia Jansen. And Brooke's best women's doubles partner ever. So a huge moment for her when you get to play with a player like Leia Jansen if you're Brooke Buckner. That's definitely the spot. So this is why I tell a lot of pros on tour is it's best to play so many tournaments. You want to play as many tournaments as you can because you never know when you're going to get your best partner ever. Like right now, she gets to play with Leia Jansen. She may not get to play with Leia at a slam or a cup, but here in Sacramento, she gets a chance to play with Leia. Crucial point there for the Brascias. They get it back at 6-8. They have 1 career all-time women's doubles medal together, but I think if the Brascias played every tournament together, they might have a few more. They won the silver at Nationals 2023. And Nationals, of course, has become Worlds. PPA Tour has made it the World Championships as we've grown the sport worldwide. So cannot wait for coming up again in November in Dallas, Texas. You won't want to miss the World Championships, the biggest and best tournament of the year. It has completely dwarfed Nationals now, the World Championships. Another forehand speed up off the bounce that not able to get it over. It's so challenging to do this week. 8-8 now. What a rally. Put that on the Mary Brascia highlight reel on YouTube. Game one is as close as it gets. And Mary is trying to show that she doesn't just have a backhand dink. She can be aggressive if they keep trying to go there against her, but
8-9-1.
misses it into the net. 8-9. Brooke Buckner like a tiger there, but just a little bit too quick. Great plan. You can see how high level Leia and Brooke are to be able to target the exact same spot on the court, exactly where they want to put the ball. I mean, they are hitting their spot within centimeters. 9-9. So good. Game point now. This is a clinic. And there it is, game one. Super competitive, 11-9 win for Buckner. Jansen, game two is sure to be interesting. Don't go anywhere. Pickleball TV will be right back from the Pickleball Central Vintage Sacramento Open. We'll be right back for game two. And I think Mary Brascia is going to want to end some of these rallies as soon as she can. So she knows she doesn't want to get to neutral because everything has been playing out that she's just going to get backhand dinked throughout the rally. So she's trying to end points if she can. A little bit of a drop in energy in between games here for the Brascias. Need to focus here. It's 1-0. Nice placement there from Mary Brascia. 2-0-2.
2-0-2. Point.
And a flat-footed counterattack makes Maggie Brascia late, so not quite locked in to start game 3, and I think Buckner Jansen will sense it and put their foot on the gas. Oh,
Side out. 0-3-1.
nice ball from Maggie Brascia, tags Leah Jansen. Maggie has a great forehand volley, always has, flashes it there. That was definitely a attackable opportunity from Leah Jansen, but she just misses it into the net.
2-3-1.
Big point for the Brascias as they get to number 2.
Point.
So that ball actually tipped the top of the net, and it really threw off Leah Jansen, so that forced her error there. It's 3-3 now.
3-1. Point.
Brooke going for a big cross-court backhand speed up. Being aggressive there, it just didn't work that time. And tough break there, but her lob was definitely a good lob, so look for Mary Brascia to continue to try and lob the ball when she's getting those soft dinks to her backhand. Just misses that forehand volley into the net. And we're back at 5-3. Brascias have a slim lead in game 2. Another good lob from Mary Brascia. It's a shot she needs to hit with a lot higher frequency if they want to win this match.
7-3-2.
And we've seen an aggressive Brooke Buckner in game 2, but Mary and Maggie are starting to read her. I think Brooke Buckner is maybe rushing some of these attacks, and she's going cross court, and that's not playing out in her favor. Brascias are building a big lead now, 8-3. And I think I wish players wouldn't apologize for shots that tip over the net like that. This is the highest level, so no shame in doing that. Brooke going cross court again. She's pulling the trigger often in these rallies. She keeps going cross court. That time she goes straight away at Maggie Brascia, and I think that was the difference there, not going cross court on that attack. 4-8. That's really Maggie Brascia's signature shot. She hits that backhand roll, leaning over the kitchen line in her sleep every day, all day. That's a shot Maggie Brascia hits. Misses it here with the wooden paddle. Great spot, an opportune attack from Mary Brascia. She saw Leah Jansen leaning towards the middle, knew she was going to be late if she attacks her down the line, and it works out perfectly. 8-5. Again, great placement. Leah leaving her line open just a little bit too much, and we've seen this week it's hard with these paddles to have good counterattacks. Need to get to 10 here. Brascias don't want to open the door for Buckner Jansen. And another rally where Mary Brascia goes down Leah Jansen's line. That's definitely working for her. So Leah is sitting more towards her backhand and going to the middle. So if you go down her line, that's definitely working for the Brascias. All right, that commercial we just showed about registering to play on the PPA Tour. If you're an amateur player, definitely sign up for one of our tournaments. So ball goes back to the Brascias at 9-8-1. Great chance to close it out and force a third game in the hands of Mary Brascia. Nice plan from Mary Brascia. Catches Leah Jansen late. So it's a game point now as the Brascias are trying to force a third. They're up 10-8. We knew coming into this match it was going to be extremely close. That has held true. Mary not looking at all at Leah Jansen. She's focusing the ball away from Leah, trying to go to Brooke there. good rally, and they fight off game point. So ball in the hands of Leah Jansen at 8-10-1.
8-10-1. Point. 9-10-1. Nine, 10-2. Side out.
So the ball goes back to Maggie Brascia at 10-9. They'll have another game point, trying to force a third here in Sacramento. And Mary outdinks Leah Jansen, so Leah played the left on that rally, and Mary came out on top. So 11-9, 9-11. Game 3 sure to be close. Cannot wait for our third game coming up next on Pickleball TV.
1-0-2.
So let's take a look at Mary's deciding games record. So 43-26, about where you would expect her. If you look at her ranking on tour, upper tier. Mary's definitely a top 20 player, and that really shows in her stats. Sister Maggie very close as well.
0-1-2.
Love to see them playing together. Would like to see the sisters team up more on tour. You would think that the sisters on tour just love to play together, but sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. The Kawamotos will tell you that, the Walkers will probably tell you that, and I know the Brascias will probably tell you that as well. So
Side out. 1-1-1.
and Brooke pushes it wide. It was very close, and definitely the shot that she should go for there. But it sometimes comes down to, do you make the shot or do you miss it? And that time Brooke missed it, and the Brascias have a lead. Well-placed attack there. Most players are going to be late on a counterattack, as Mary was, because Brooke's attack was so good. Brooke Buckner backhand, two-hand counter. She's so good at that shot. We know how dangerous Brooke Buckner's backhand is.
1-2-1.
All right, so if Mary can backhand dink with Leah Jansen and come out on top, that's going to be huge. Maybe the deciding factor here in Game 3. Speaking of deciding factors, Leah Jansen, 57 and 42 all time in deciding games. That's not as strong as you would expect from a top player like Leah Jansen. So there may be something here when it's a deciding game that Leah may be just not as strong as some other top players. Broke 22 and 22 all time in deciding games. So that's about where you would expect her to be. She's kind of rising up the ranks in middle tier. So 22 and 22 is not too bad when the competition is very, very tough. And I'm honestly not sure if that's Mary or Maggie's ball there. No communication between these sisters. That's probably Mary's ball, and Maggie might have been a step in the way. And sometimes you're going to win the dinking rallies, and sometimes you're going to lose them. So pros will probably tell you it's about the percentages, and Leah needs to probably continue that pattern. She has to like her percentages backhand dinking with Mary Brascia. And the ball, I believe, hit the bar, so it will be a replay. 5-2. Nice put away from the two-handed backhand of Leah Jansen. They're discussing potentially taking a timeout there. They decide to play on 5-2. I think I would have taken a timeout, but they know they're about to switch ends if they get one more point. Back-to-back missed third shot drops into the net, so they had a golden opportunity to get to 6-2 and have a big lead, and they missed back-to-back drops into the net. Just imagine Leia's chirping at the crowd that just like that, that's how I do it. That's a real point. So Leah firing herself up. And Leah has found someone in the crowd that she is staring at. Leia firing herself up. Third game, Brooke Buckner serving it up. And Leia moved that dink to Maggie there. They were doing well by playing it at Mary, but then they go to Maggie, pop it up. Maggie makes them pay. 6-2-2. Perfect spot there from Leia Jansen. Middle creates a lot of confusion from the Brascias. We've seen a couple rallies where they're not quite communicating on those middle balls. Looks like they're talking about it now, but all right, we're back. The Brascias just called a timeout, which came right after the side change timeout. So we got timeout, they call another timeout. We're down 7-2, trying to turn this around, and they get a huge missed serve to get the ball back at 2-7. And the missed serve from a couple rallies ago is looking massive. So instead of 7-2 with the ball, it is now 4-7. Brascia's getting some errors off of Leia Jansen's paddle. They need a timeout. And we're back after 3 straight points from the Brascia. They're on a run right now. It's 5-7. Nice counterattack there from Brooke Buckner. Mary Brascia's attack was pretty good, but Brooke was there with a counter. Big forehand cover from her going middle. 7-5-1. And Brooke tried to attack that ball in transition zone. Misses it long, so it's 7-5-2. Ball will go back to the Brascias at 5-7. Leia doing a good job of anticipating that Mary's going to try and attack it back at her, and she was ready. 8-5. And Brooke Buckner gets a soft forehand dink that she finds a home for. Middle is open against these Brascias. A great return of serve. That was barely in. Back and forth we go. We're stuck at 9-5. We'll see if Brascia can get a couple here. Mary had a great opportunity to put away the ball, but with the wooden paddle just not able to do it. It is 5-9-2. And they targeted that spot throughout the second game, really most of the match. They've deviated from it at times, but they go back to that same backhand dink with Mary Brascia, and that's why they've been doing that. Second match point opportunity in the hands of Leia Jansen. power Brooke Buckner can bring. So elite in our sport, puts it away, so it's 6-10-2.
6-10-2.
And finally, Brooke Buckner gets a forehand speed up that she can do a lot with and goes straight away at Maggie Brascia. So get speed ups. Brooke needs to continue to go straight away and not go cross court with it. Going straight away really worked out for her there. They have another match point, 10-6-1.
I'll recall. 10-6-1.
And Brooke Buckner's trying to force home match point by driving the ball, and we just haven't seen that work throughout this match, so look for them to try and drop this third here. Need to construct the point here. I know it's match point, you're trying to finish the match, but need to have a little bit more patience. Great rally from these four ladies. Can see why they're some of the top players in our sport. 7-10. Mary's lobs have been good throughout this match, but that time did not strike it cleanly at all. It was very short, and Buckner Jansen will have it back at match point.
10-7-1.
Oh, absolutely the best rally we've seen all match long. Brascia's handling so much pressure. Leia going for a wide dink winner, just pushes it wide. Great playing from Mary and Maggie there to fight off a match point. They'll have to do it again here. It's 10-7-2.
10-7-2. Right up. 7-10-1. Second serve.
We're seeing a lot of balls trickle over the net with these soft touches.
7-10-2.
It's a big point as they get off of 7. It's 8-10 now. Probably need at least 1 or 2 more and don't want to give the ball back right now to Jansen Buckner. For her, she definitely wants to make the podium here in Sacramento. And that's a spot where Mary Brascia would usually try and be aggressive on that ball, but this week you just can't. And so she tries to reset, dump it into the kitchen line and misses it short. But normally, most of our players on tour would attack that shot. And Leah Jansen gets the pattern that she wanted to in that rally. So throughout the match, they did try and backhand dink Mary Brascia. On match point there, Leah was on the left, and she gets a chance to backhand dink with Mary. And that was key. So sometimes it's just not deviating from your strategy, and in the clutchest moments,